Come on, you can do it, Lotro Stream. Load. There you go. Anemone, my champion. Glandriel. There we go. Hi, everybody. It's Big Ed Mustafa. I see my big giant head, which means it must be time for Adventures After Dark. Welcome, everybody. Jim Jim is here. Happy Edja. Hello, Jim Jim. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully Zinger will be along at some point. We missed him on Wednesday, so might just had something better to do. Might have been washing his hair. I don't know. But in any event, I'm excited to be here. I'm going to play some Lotro. I'm going to have a good time. And if you guys hang out with me, you may have a good time as well. So I am glad to be here. We have been wrapping up reclaiming Minas Morgul, and I don't think I'm too far away from that. We've also been getting some quests done in Langflood, and yeah, rolling right along. Puppet Box checking in, making sure I am prompt. Looks like I fired up at well, there's the notification at 10:02. But I think we can all agree that I popped up before then, so I'm excited about that. I am eventually going to have to get Lotro installed onto a solid-state disk drive. My operating system is on an NVMe boot drive, but I've got all my games, including Lotro, still on a mechanical platter drive, and some of these load times are just like... so I'll have to fix that at some point. Only I had all the money in the world. Ed, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving? I am going to stay home, do what Mrs. Mustafa tells me to do, and be thankful she hasn't murdered me in my sleep yet. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what kind of mood she's in. It will probably be a very, very small gathering of the two of us here at home. So, not expecting to have any family over this year. They've kind of got some other stuff going on, which is cool. Frankly, if I end up eating turkey sandwiches and watching NFL football, that's a pretty good Thanksgiving. I would be surprised if I didn't get a little gaming in at some point. We will see. Oh, Zinger's loading in now. Fantastic. Have you made it to voice chat yet, Zinger? That would be a negatory. I had posted in my personal Discord, we've got a channel for our Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. It's a text chat channel for our kinship on Evernight. And hopefully everybody got a chance to catch Cordovan's interview with Severlin. They did a question and answer session earlier this week. And lots of really cool information that, it's not that I don't love Lotro. It's not that I'm not excited to be part of the stream team. I am. I enjoy playing Lotro. If I were to make a listing of things that are important to me in my life, God, country, family. I'm not saying Lotro's not on the list. I'm saying it's probably not top 10. And I just don't spend a lot of time outside of playtime, reading producers' letters and reading the forums and stuff like that. Frankly, one of the things I like about streaming is I count on you guys keeping me up to date on stuff. And I was kind of blown away by all the exciting news that Severlin mentioned in the interview with the questions and answers, I should say. I had not heard about this brawler class that's going to be coming out here soon, and they want to get that rolled out in plenty of time for people to enjoy it before they do a full expansion in the fall of Gundabad, which is almost a year away, it sounds like. They're talking about adding river hobbits as a playable class race. Yeah, just like big plans, lots of exciting things coming, and it's just great to hear. There's no shortage of creativity or future plans for Lotro, and I was just excited to hear that it's full steam ahead. Of course, the old saying is God laughs while men make plans, so we'll see what the future holds. But the development team at Standing Stone Games sounds like they've got a pretty bold, innovative roadmap planned out for us, and Gundabad means lots of orcs to kill, so that's always exciting. As a guy with the 130th level champ, cleaving through ranks and ranks of orcs is always a nice way to spend a day. So I will look forward to that. See if I've got any of the stuff I need for task item turn-ins. Blackened claws, blackened branches. Night-touched furs are for the other area. Flashing tails, I've got one. And sinister wings. Don't have any sinister wings. Oh, nope, there's a pile of them. Well, I have enough to start off with task item turn-ins. Sinister wings for the win. So, Jim, I'll respond in kind. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? You going to be eating a lot of turkey? Any Black Friday sales? I'd be surprised if they didn't have something planned. Again, I don't work for Standing Stone Games. I'm just a fan like everybody else here in chat. But yeah, they usually have some of the expansions and stuff on sale, and I can't imagine this year would be any exception. So yeah, you can check Steam. There's a quad pack sale that they typically run where you can get Mines of Moria, Mirkwood, Riders of Rohan, and Helm's Deep. Four fairly big comprehensive expansions. I think normally they're, I don't know, that's like a $40 package they put on sale for $10 or something. Or maybe it's normally $80 and it's on sale for $20 or something. It's 75% off is what I'm getting at. So if you don't have a bunch of expansion packs, that would definitely be one to look for. Still need to get Mordor. Yeah, and I would be surprised if you didn't get a chance to pick up some stuff on the cheap between now and the end of the holiday shopping season. I know with gaming stuff, sometimes they like to run it into early January. And again, nothing official here. I'm talking out of my butt. But, they like to give kids a chance to spend their Christmas money. If Grandma and Grandpa give them an envelope instead of something wrapped up in a box. After Christmas shopping is always a pretty lucrative time, too. And that's when you'll see some game deals as well. I have all the expansions to Helm's Deep. Okay, very cool. Still need to get Mordor. Level 40 scrub. I don't know if I'll even reach Mordor. Hey, if I got to Mordor, anybody can get to Mordor. Believe me. And Mordor is very cool. Artistically, it is so wonderfully conceived here in Lord of the Rings Online. You do not want to miss it. I'd also have to say Minas Morgul's been pretty spectacular. You've got so much great content to look forward to. I think Rohan, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to screw up I'm going to call it Methuselah, and I know that's not right. Methuselah was the world's oldest man. I think the Bible said he lived to be like 900 and some years old. The Mead Hall in Edris, the capital of Rohan, where Theoden King's throne room is. The Mead Hall there is such a fantastic set piece. It is so beautifully realized in The Lord of the Rings Online. It's better than the movies. It's described in the books intricately in detail, and it's realized very well in game. And it's one of my favorite places to take people to who haven't seen it before. The tapestries and the light coming through the windows and the smoke up in the ceiling. That's just the first of many, many, many beautiful set pieces you're going to come across as you get into some of the upper level gameplay. Dol Amroth to this day is one of my favorite places in game. It's basically the capital of Western Gondor. Prince Imrahil is the ruler of Dol Amroth, or Dol. I'm a little fuzzy. Dol Amroth. But his daughter's in charge of it when you get there. He's off fighting with Aragorn, and you'll spend a lot of time battling alongside Prince Imrahil at Minas Tirith and many other places. Dol Amroth is so beautiful, and it's spectacular just to walk through and see, and I still like going there. The fact that it's a full-service place with a good crafting area and lots of vendors and an auction hall and all that just makes it a good place to return to. And those are fairly early on. Dol Amroth is like 100th level. One of the things that you're going to find, Super Cyan Retro Bro says, it all just takes time. Exactly right. And exploring is fun. My experience with the game is you're in one of the slowest sections of it. Seems like getting from level 1 to level 20 or 25 goes pretty fast. That 25th to 45th is kind of... You spend a lot of time traveling around, and those zones are... The Trollshaws is tough sledding, and Forakel is big and spread out. And Angmar, particularly if you're trying to do everything solo in Angmar, it gets kind of tough. It's slow going when you get towards the latter parts of Angmar, and those are all... they're originally designed to be original endgame content, Angmar in particular. So they're pretty challenging at your level, particularly if you're doing them solo. And what happens is once you get to the Mines of Moria and you get out into Lothlorien and Mirkwood and Enidwaith and Dunland, you'll have more content than you'll be able to go through on level. And it's all a lot of fun. Great River region is also very good. And honestly, the toughest part, once you get out of Moria, is just trying to decide which path you want to take. Because all of that content from 60th level to 75th is really fun. There's a lot to see and do and a lot to explore. Yeah, 35 to 45 is the slowest. I agree. So, hi Diego, welcome. And with Rohan, it's Rohan. You go to Eastern Rohan. When you're done with Eastern Rohan, you've got Wildermoor, then you've got Western Rohan, and all of that's spectacular, but it's pretty linear. You've got one path to go through. And then it kind of opens up again after you get up to Western Gondor is what comes after Western Rohan. And Gondor is pretty straightforward, east central or west east central, but once you get to Eastern Gondor, you've got some choices again to make. There's a lot to see and do. And somebody was just telling me the other night that they just got to the Battle of Pelennor Fields for the first time. And, I've gushed about that openly here on Lotro Stream before. I think it's a spectacular set piece. It's just a wonderfully imagined scene from the books and movies. It's done spectacularly well in game. It's true to the story at the same time, maybe a little bit different perspective without being inauthentic. Just very creatively done, and a lot of fun to go through, and just jaw-droppingly well done. Um, and Minas Tirith is pretty cool. I think Osgiliath is very well done in a horrifying way. It's meant to look like just the worst of what Mordor's armies can unleash, and you go through it, and the wreckage and the carnage, and the dead soldiers from both sides littering the streets. I think Osgiliath is spectacularly done in an awful way. Um, and then from there you go, through North Ithilien to the Camp of the West, through the wastes. You get to the Black Gate. There's some more great set pieces. The battle at the Black Gate, and then into Mordor. And Mordor is so just vividly laid out for us. And it's 5 huge regions to quest through, too. It's time and money well spent to get Mordor unlocked and to explore it and to see um, the towers and the fortresses of the enemy and the ruins of it after the destruction of the One Ring. Ski checking in. Hello, Ski. Angmar and Moria drive me nuts, but I always find myself spending a lifetime there. Yes. Gipio says 4050 was a bit of a slog on my captain. Yes, it is. Hello, Gipio. I like that they added more dwarf content. Yeah, we're getting lots of good late content. All the races are covered, and it's just such a terrific game to explore, and it sounds like they've got great stuff planned for us in the future. Looking forward to that. Zinger, against his better judgment, has graciously agreed to quest with me tonight. For that, I am grateful. Hello, Zinger.
Hello.
I was hoping you'd make it. I got a title. Friend to the Protectors of Wilderland. So apparently the only thing I've been getting out here regularly is Sinister Wings. Now, one of the reasons I like hanging out with Zinger is he's smart and he keeps up on a lot more stuff than I do. So, did you get a chance to catch the Severlin Q&A? Where he was talking about the Brawler class and the new expansion next year and River Hobbits and all this cool stuff they want to do?
I didn't watch it. I saw some of like the highlights. I think Druids was doing some highlights, so that's all I saw about it.
Okay. He did not drop any wings. I just like killing goblins and orcs. Where did we leave off last time?
Let me see.
I think we've got a couple of new points to travel to.
Yeah, there's 2 quests that vector to the next area, and there's one that vectors to Old Sundergrot.
Yes.
Maybe we'll probably queue up the Sundergrot thing first.
Okay. I have them all active.
Sorry, I wasn't around Wednesday. I was watching MacGyver. I was having myself a marathon, and then I fell asleep.
No worries. It's not like hanging out with me doesn't usually put you right out, so. The group on Evernight, I think we ended up, Gipio did get a chance to join us, and I think we redid Grand Stairs a couple more times. Apparently there are a whole bunch of quests you can get, and we figured if we went back through there, we could finish up some of the Slayer deeds and get a whole ton of XP for Gipio. I think we did put a couple levels on his captain, if I remember. But it was a good time. We got raided by a couple of friends. El Galadwin came by, and I think we had about 25 or 30 viewers hanging out with us. So. Well, I was excited to hear that they have absolutely no plans of retouching mounted combat anytime. So my heavy war steed will continue to be broken. Pulu Felgar checking in. Hello, Apulu. Should kill every bat you see. I need the wings. Do you want to jump right into questing, Zinger? Or do you want me to spend about 30 minutes talking about the new video card releases? I know Zinger was pretty excited to hear about the new Radeon 6800 series. Donnie checking in. Cleavebeard is here. Hello. Thank you, Super Cyan Retro Bro, for helping me keep up with chat, too. I'm wondering if Zinger is experiencing technical difficulties. He's been having problems with getting booted out of Lotro occasionally. Ed, I think you got booted out of Discord. Okay. Yeah, looks like my Discord is having an issue. So at some point, somebody will have a chance to win a new car. It might be Matchbox, it might be Hot Wheels. We had our first winner last week, Freelancer. Rightly guessed that I was going to get a finesse scroll. Your own Discord is rebelling against you. Wait, what new car? New car. Randomly selected. Could be a Matchbox car. Could be a Hot Wheels car. But if you correctly guess what my Silver Hobbit present is going to be, and you're the first one to guess that particular item, I will send you a new car. So I don't know what's up with Discord, Zinger. It's just hourglassing on me. Press Control K. Yeah, that's not doing anything. Well, we're not guessing yet, Telerian, but I like your enthusiasm. So, unfortunately, I think Freelancer had to weigh winning a new car against me knowing his exact address. And erring on the side of caution, he's chosen to keep his location unknown from me up until now. So, if he ever does contact me back, I will be happy to send him a new car. And hopefully voice chat sorts itself out here. I frequently mention that Discord is worth every penny that we've paid for it, which is nothing. It is free, so can't really complain too much about my free app having an issue. If anyone needs a sugar daddy, Ed's your man. Time to load up Ventrilo. I think the Academy used to work on TeamSpeak, and I had that installed for a long time, but they all switched to Discord too. So I think we used to use TeamSpeak back when I was playing EVE Online seriously. Corporation used TeamSpeak. It's been a long time though.
Hello?
There we go. Seems to have sorted itself out. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. I did absolutely nothing and it fixed itself, so. Alright, I knew you'd have questions aplenty about the new Radeon video card launch, so I'm glad we got voice chat back up.
Time to go.
So I think somebody did ask Severlin about the scaling the Lotro client for 4K. And I know Gore mentioned he thought it would be pretty cool to play Lotro at 4K. So there's at least two people out there who want that. Gore and the executive producer of Lotro. He hobbled me. I is hobbled.
Was before on Arkenstone, I was doing some guild crafting on Evernight, and I did disconnect once, so
Okay.
it happens.
Well, that's alright. We'll work through it. We worked through a Discord hiccup, so we can get through it. Show of hands, how many of you have 4K monitors? Not Ayapulu. Donnie asked me how I'm doing today. Donnie, I am terrific. I hope you are doing well, bud.
This place is corrupt. God,
Ooh, a quest. What I really wish would happen is the computer monitors would adapt the way the camera lens does when you look through it and can adjust it. That way I would not have to wear my glasses while using the computer. Someday. Just do what I do. I have reading glasses that I don't wear because it just reflects the light from the lamp I'm using. So instead I just say, hey Zinger, what does that say? And he reads it for me. It's fantastic. He's my seeing eye hunter. Thought he was dead already. Ski says, I'll hire him the next time I play.
Better than just being a taxi.
Yeah, little does Gipio know that's why we wanted him to roll up a captain.
True.
Gipio, log in so you can port us all around. Go climb to that top of that one beacon and summon us all. Thanks. We love you, Gipio, but we will abuse you. Just be ready for it. Wait, we have to check this bat to see if it's got any wings for me to turn in. Nope. Oh, yeah, I did get a sinister wing. Good deal. Hopefully we're getting some ancient sheaths or something here. There are a number of goblins here. Too many. Well, we can fix that. Let's kill 3/4 of them. Can't believe you drew aggro away from me just because you do 20 times more damage.
I was auto attacking.
There. Thanks for rubbing that in.
Oh, watch out. He's dead.
Holy cow! I got burned down pretty good. I was not expecting that.
There might have been fire under there too.
Yeah, there was. Normally it doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, I think everything does a bit more damage in the later regions than you may expect.
You are not wrong.
Okay, just don't die for the next hour.
Sounds like a plan. Death count 1. I guess I just need to not stand in fire, which is a good life lesson. Our featured snack this evening, peanut butter filled pretzels. Good and good for you as far as I know. Only had something crisp and delicious and refreshing to go with them. Do you have any beverage recommendations for me, Zinger?
I can't think of no.
What will it be?
I was just curious to see how much damage the fire did.
Okay.
9k a second or so.
Well, that's not insignificant.
Yeah, we're gonna want to make our way more south. That's fine. There's another camp to go to.
Doggone it, I'm out. Only there were something I could do about that. Still more foes await you. Okay. Don't worry, Zinger, I'll protect you. Ooh, supplies. I already had a spare standing by.
That's what burglars do best. Supplies.
Exactly. Sargareth checking in. Hello, Sargareth. How the heck are you, bud? I'm well, thank you. Hawaii is unbearable. Warm breezes and bikini cuties everywhere. I don't know how I manage. You just gotta keep the faith, brother. You need to hang out in Nebraska when the weather gets nice and chilly and you can check out, cute girls in sweaters.
get all your supplies?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We can mount up, head back to northwest or north. Yeah.
We ride back to that one place. And for glory.
Okay, don't follow me, obviously.
Oh, you missed that on Wednesday. Um, after we completed the challenge in the grand stairs,
Oh,
I
you
got
guys did
knocked,
it.
by the
Nice.
way. We went back to do the non-challenge version, and I cut right to go down towards the warg pens, and everybody else cut left, and I ended up getting dropped because I was alone, and those two goblin riders on the
Oh,
bridge
yeah.
were there.
Gotcha.
So they got me dropped before anybody noticed, and I was like, "That's my bad." Gore's the point man. We should be following him, and not a minute after I said that, Gore proceeded to just kind of meander off the side of a bridge. He said something about his left hand got tired, or he just wasn't paying close enough attention and just walked right off a ledge. He's like, "Well, don't be following me too close." We all kind of got a chuckle.
The Gore was tanking.
That happens. Uh-oh. Thunderhoof and I are under attack by bats. So it was a pretty amusing night. I just have to figure out where Zinger went.
There's a dwarf marker over here if you want it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that thing I do on Saturdays and Tuesdays, we're talking about retooling that and maybe changing the schedule a bit. Since my cohort seems to get interrupted frequently during our usual broadcast time. So I suggested we might want to pick a different schedule for that.
If you come down here around the rock, you can come up.
Okay.
That's cool. Hopefully you guys can figure that out.
Yeah, then we might actually get a little more game playing done and not so much Ed stalling while he waits.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good. And I think he's got his computer set back up with voice command stuff. We were testing it last night, so we haven't been playing much Lotur on Tuesdays or Saturdays just because he hasn't had his stuff working. But I think he's good to go now.
I know you guys were dipping into the other game a bit.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out for him.
Whatever works.
I mean, I know a lot of gamers who tried that and were like, yeah, no. EVE Online is, even for experienced MMO players, is the deep end of the pool. I thought, well, it's worth trying because it's completely mouse driven, but no luck. But at least if we can get Lotro back up and on schedule, that would be good. I think we'll probably be streaming earlier than we have been, if that works out. So instead of starting that at 10 o'clock Eastern, we might do that at like 7:30 to 10:30 or something. The other big news this week, on Monday, Gipio got his first back-to-back championship wins in Apex. That is no small accomplishment.
Nice.
We're just talking to the dwarves. Oh, I think I still have to kill a few orcs.
Yeah, that's why I'm just killing a couple more.
I'm at 18 to 20. 19 of 20. 20 of 20. Completed Sundergrot the Intruders. Hello, dwarves.
Don't worry, we're about to kill many more.
Thank you for clearing the old watch posts, my friend.
I think these are all bestowed inside Sundergrot.
Ski wants to go to Hawaii. Sargeras says, we'd love to have you, Ski. Sargeras says, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Horse, probably. Super Saiyan Retro Bro says, I've never been to Hawaii. Sargeras says, it's nice, but oh my god, my wallet is crying. Ski says, I heard it's mega expensive. Sargeras says, when I'm careful, a trip to Grocers costs me $40 in the mainland here. I wind up with 90 and I don't feel like I'm being extravagant. Yeah, last time I went to this, heard like a gallon of milk is $10 in Hawaii. Last time I went to the store, I bought a case of Coke, a pair of shorts, a set of pillowcases. What was one other thing, and it was $100. Plate lunch is so much more expensive than it used to be, too. Super Saiyan Retro Bro says, I spend about $70 a week on groceries, and I'm set. Sarger says, same. No, it's not quite that bad unless you buy it a quart at a time. That's good. Dairy farmers are hurting the world over. Hawaii should be no exception. So, what is it, about $6 a gallon? I can go to our local Walmart neighborhood grocery. They've got milk, $1.35 a gallon.
Well, it helps that you guys are, pretty much right at the cow.
Not dairy, though, beef. You got to go up to Maiden of Rohan land to get the Holsteins. Well, I hate to say it, but it's almost nice to have a reason to use bracing attack again. Around there, I have to look next time I go to the store. We don't buy too much milk, not like back in Atlanta. I haven't made pancake in weeks. More goblin supplies to destroy. Well, that brings up a good food-related question. We always like to pop those out. I think I started talking about split pea and ham soup Wednesday. I think I had some for lunch that day, and I really like split pea and ham soup. I thought more people would think it was gross, but the consensus seemed to be that, yeah, Gipio hadn't ever tried it before, and everybody else likes it. So I was like, cool. But my question for tonight for chat, you can go ahead and give me your opinion on split pea and ham soup if you'd like, or just split pea soup in general, whether it has ham or bacon or no meat in it at all. But are you a breakfast guy? And if so, or gal, what do you like for breakfast? I'm generally not much of a breakfast guy, but if I eat breakfast, I'm usually fine with just like a bagel and cream cheese. Not real big on like sweets for breakfast. I don't mind bacon and eggs once in a while, but I'd sure hate to eat it every day. It's nice on the weekends if you don't have any particular ambitions and you're just like, you know, I think if Mrs. M makes bacon and eggs, I'll be able to lay back down on the couch and just wait for, you know, football to start. It's a good way to start a Sunday. So we'll start picking on Zinger. Tell me about your breakfast habits.
Don't really eat breakfast. I'm not always awake at that time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I made a joke about you last week. Somebody said something about you, and I was like, oh, I think Zinger's probably just crawling out of his coffin right about now. But I get the impression you're pretty much a night owl.
Correct.
Yeah. If I had known what a morning person's Mrs. M was, I might have reconsidered proposing to her. I am a night owl, and she is a morning person. And there's nothing more annoying than being woken up early by a morning person. Especially on like a Saturday, when I've been up late playing Lotro with my buddy Zinger, and she decides that at 7 in the morning, it's time to open the bedroom blinds and to start cleaning the house.
Boy.
Yeah, making a lot
Yeah,
of noise.
You know, cereal or something basic. Nothing fancy.
Edith Aldora checking in. Hello, Edith. Catching up on chat. Sargra says, ooh, that sounds so good. We made a spiral sliced ham and I usually save the bone and hock for split pea soup, but my mom cut it all up. Sargra says, eggs Benedict. There's an old joke about eggs Benedict. It's completely inappropriate for this channel. I shall not repeat it. But I also enjoy eggs Benedict. But that's only if I dine out, yes. Edith says, cereal and milk is about all I can tolerate in the morning. I always liked cereal and milk, and I still eat it for breakfast once in a while. Had some the other day. I'm normally not that hungry when I wake up, so I'm pretty happy to skip breakfast most days and just wait for lunch. It usually works for me just fine. But I like a good bowl of cereal is like a good bedtime snack. That's kind of a late night thing for me, as often as it is for breakfast. Sargra says, at home I eat Portuguese sausage, scrambled eggs, and rice. Yeah, my mother-in-law, Dr. Lee, the Korean wonder doctor, when she made omelets, she would put leftover rice in with the eggs, and it was really good. Matter of fact, my advice to my wife is whenever we have leftovers, she doesn't know quite what to do with them. I'm like, let's put them in an omelet. Leftover Chinese food in an omelet is fantastic. Make a frittata or an omelet with most any kind of leftover, it'll probably turn out pretty yummy. Super Saiyan Retro Bro says, if I have breakfast, it would be pancakes with chopped apples mixed in. That sounds yummy. little bit of fresh fruit in the morning is always a nice. Edith Aldor says, breakfast food, on the other hand, omelets and pancakes and bacon are good supper. Haven't had a good omelet in months, says Sargrith. And then Diego. Hello, Diego. I said hello earlier. Glad to have you back. Here, breakfast is usually based on sandwiches, bread with cheese or jams. Diego is from Brazil, if I recall correctly. And welcome back. I feel like I haven't talked to you for a long time. Coast Dark says, what's up, Big Ed? Just working our way through the Wilderland. Singer and I are exploring Sundergrot. We're on the Arkenstone server tonight. And we are slaughtering goblins. Ginger checking in. Hello, Ginger. Ginger loves split pea and ham soup. She told me so. Yeah, that initial explosion from the sapper is no small thing. Fishbone says, hey Big Ed, all this talk of breakfast food, gonna pull some pork chops out of the freezer and pair them with waffles. Never a bad idea. Daughter came back home Thursday morning for winter break. Nice. Ski says, depends on the day. When I used to drive into work, I would stop at a gas station and get my coffee and breakfast sandwich, or stop at the place selling food in the lobby of the building I worked in. Now that I'm working from home, I will maybe have a bagel or toast around 9:30ish. My dad will eat around 10 or 11, something like corn muffins with maple syrup or donuts. Things like omelets we actually will eat for dinner. I feel like if Zinger can finally train me to keep up with chat, we can probably train a chimpanzee to fly the space shuttle.
You're doing a good job. I'll admit.
Did you ever think you'd see the day?
Uh,
That was a running joke. Somebody would say something in chat and I wouldn't respond, and somebody else would say, Ed'll notice you said that in about 10 or 15 minutes. I get into the game. I like watching what I'm doing, and I get into the storyline and figuring out where we're at with the quest, so...
Alright,
Yeah.
so come back here.
Okay.
There should be this thing to pick up on the ground, and then I think you run it over to the bridge.
Oh, a sapper pot?
Yeah.
We're gonna go torch these guys? Is that what I'm doing?
Yep, you should have just dropped it.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Now we fight these guys?
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Mustafa actually has a t-shirt that says donuts, it's what's for dinner. She should not be eating them, but she bought 2 boxes of donut holes at the store today.
Are they frosted? Or are they,
I think one of
plain
them's
or
powdered
chocolate?
sugar, and I don't
Powdered,
remember what
okay.
the other one is, yeah. She's not big on chocolate donuts normally. In fact, a lot of times if we go through the Winchell's or Dunkin' drive-through or Krispy Kreme, we'll just I'll normally just tell them, just give us a dozen donuts, you pick the variety. Just whatever they give us. It's like, what's the worst thing you're going to get in a box of donuts? It's still going to be pretty tasty, but she'll be like, too many chocolate donuts. Like, awesome, I'll get a few that way. But she's normally pretty good with the sweets, even if she buys sweets. She doesn't usually just sit and binge eat. She'll have one here and one there and just kind of pick away at them over the course of a few days or a week. So I don't stress too much about her buying loads of that stuff. And donuts are another thing that I generally won't go straight for breakfast. That's more of a good late night snack. Or just a little something in the afternoon. Not breakfast so much. And if I eat a bagel with cream cheese, it's usually not going to be, you know, like a blueberry bagel with strawberry cream cheese or something like that. I'd rather have a savory bagel. Sun-dried tomato bagel with jalapeno cream cheese. That's a nice little slap in the mouth when you're trying to wake up. Four of 12 biting insects. Bacon and scallion cream cheese on a Parmesan Asiago bagel. That's good. Smoked salmon and cream cheese on an onion bagel. That's good eating. Uh-oh, why are we lagging here?
Oh, I'm lagging too. I thought it was gonna be my breakfast snack.
Ski says, I have Parmesan basil cream cheese. Awesome. Edith says, and I'm here with my plain bagel and plain cream cheese. Nothing wrong with that. Although if somebody... Oh man, I almost went for a jump. Somebody at the office shows up with those cinnamon crunch bagels from Panera with the honey walnut cream cheese. They may as well have picked up sweet rolls, but I'll still eat one because they're still kind of yummy. Not my ideal breakfast, though. I wouldn't buy that, but I will eat it if it's just sitting there. Ski says that's how my dad likes it, just regular cream cheese. I got him a few single-serve cream cheese packages that he loves. Treasure cache. $12 of 12 on supplies.
Yep.
Well, and I've mentioned it before, cream cheese is, if you're making any kind of box dinner or soup or even like regular macaroni and cheese, and you want to zhuzh it up a little bit, add a little flair. A spoonful of cream cheese into something like your hamburger helper dinner, your boxed macaroni and cheese, just makes it so much creamier and better and tastes more like real cheese. Really makes a big difference. Highly recommended.
Yeah, we have this pasta dish we make in the Instant Pot, and it like calls for like uh, I don't know how many, like two huge things of cream cheese basically. It's pretty good.
Probably tastes fantastic.
And then it calls for like a little bit of extra cheddar mixed into it as well, just for a little bit of extra flavor.
Yeah, 'cause if you've ever tried to melt cheddar, for instance, it just breaks down into like glue and oil.
Hmm.
It's kind of gross, but if you get something like a cream cheese in there as a base, it just ties it all together pretty nicely.
And the cream cheese doesn't like entirely melt, but once you mix it up, it all just blends in well.
Edith Eldora says, I like cream cheese on cornbread, and Diego says pepperoni pizza with cream cheese. There is a fantastic deli chain here in town. I don't know if it's regional or how many locations they have. It's called Gandolfo's Deli, and I actually tweeted a picture of me eating one of their pastrami sandwiches. You can go there and spend $11 on a sandwich and be happy with it. I mean, they stack up the meat, and it's good quality meat, and the menu's huge. They've got like 120 different kinds of sandwiches, but they have a hot dog menu, and all of their hot dogs are Nathan's quarter pound all beef franks. They're spectacularly good hot dogs, and they get like $4.50 for just a hot dog, not with chips and a drink. That's extra. Just $4.50 for one of these Nathan's dogs, but they have these 5 different varieties. They call it a coney dog, which is like relish and sauerkraut, and they've got they call it the Windy City or the Second City dog, and it's your traditional Chicago dog, but that's a trademark name, so they call it the Second City dog. They've got a Southern dog, which is just coleslaw and barbecue sauce. Doesn't sound like it would be good. It's spectacular. The weight and the meatiness of that Nathan's quarter pound frank means that the coleslaw and the barbecue sauce blend together well with the dog. There's a pastrami dog, which is pastrami and sliced dill pickle and spicy brown mustard, and Swiss cheese on the Nathan's dog, and it's spectacular. Because even if you run out of hot dog, you're still left with the pastrami in the hot dog bun, and it's like, oh, so good. But the dog that they have, the reason I brought all of this up, they have a dog called the Traffic Jam, and it is a Nathan's quarter pound dog with bacon, grilled onion, spicy brown mustard, and cream cheese. And it sounds like the weirdest combination, but all of those other flavors are pretty strong flavors. You get the bacon, the grilled onion, and the spicy brown mustard, and it's like, wow. But the cream cheese just kind of mellows everything out a little bit and helps it all blend together. It's a really good hot dog. Isn't there more over here to see and do?
We just have to backtrack for the sapper.
Oh, okay.
Before the bridge.
Glad you're paying attention. I'm just talking about hot dogs. Kipio says grilled cheese with cream cheese. There you go. That would be a good use. Extra melty, extra creamy. Super Saiyan Retro Bro says, I just had dinner and I'm too full to enjoy this food talk. Well, tell us what you had for dinner at least. We're walking this back.
Yep.
Mrs. Mustafa does stuff all the time where it'll be like, yeah, let's watch Food Network, and we'll watch this cooking show, and they'll make something spectacular, and then we'll go out for Taco Bell for dinner, and it's just like, it's the opposite of what we just got done watching. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to watch how to make paella, and then go out to Burger King for dinner. That's just not my bag. We're biting insects. 12 of 12. We're good with biting insects. Did you scare somebody away? Oh, the goblin cot. That's what we're doing with the biting insects. Nice. Asian Thai veggie burgers. That sounds pretty yummy. Mrs. Mustafa is, of course, Korean by way of Yankton, South Dakota. And for whatever reason, whenever I suggest Thai food, she's always like, oh, gross, I don't like Thai food. But then we'll go get Thai food, and for some reason I never get to eat my own leftovers. They always seem to disappear before I get to them. So...
Alright, so now I think we might have to backtrack to do the tents, which means running all the way back through
I don't
everything.
think we've been this way, did we?
Oh, no, we'll take it.
You'd think if Thai food really wasn't delicious that I'd get to eat my own leftovers once in a while. It's not a tent we can drop bugs in, apparently. The Dakota part threw me off. Well, people always ask my wife, so where are you from originally? Trying to guess her ethnic origin. And she's always like, Yankton. Grew up in Yankton, South Dakota. And then they have to try to figure out a different way to phrase it delicately. She just likes screwing with people. Me included. What can I do to mess with Ed's head today? 18 years of marriage, haven't been bored a single day. It's never dull with her. Jump down real quick, see where we need to go. JK.
LOL.
Canna checking in. Hello, Canna Black. We missed you on Wednesday. Sorry you got stuck at work. It's like asking a military brat where they're from. Exactly. Back up the other side.
Yeah, I'm just trying to ping to see if I can find the nearest tent. Thought there was one somewhere up here.
Well, we're still working a Goblin Slayer deed, so...
Yeah. At this point, we're, you know,
Hey,
we're
replacement
backtracking.
Kipio. Three or four on tents. There's another tent.
Alright, at this point, we're done in here. I mean, we can go back this way. We'll kill more as we get to them.
Okay.
'Cause they respawn quickly.
I see that. You'll be happy to know that Kipio did a sparklingly good job in your place. Diego says, put insects on tents is very troll. Exactly. I've often commented on how, you know, the key to winning the war for Middle Earth appears to be camping vandalism. You know, you're always burning tents and putting out bonfires and just generally making it so that the forces of Mordor can't make s'mores when they get back to camp, and it demoralizes them so that they don't want to fight. Get out there and fight, you maggots. Well, we didn't get s'mores. So Dunedain ruined our camping trip. You know, we don't have any tents to sleep in. They put out our bonfires. We couldn't toast marshmallows. No, we just want to go home. Just takes all the fight right out of the orcs.
They stole all of our umber extracts in North Ithilien.
Exactly. Hey, we found the door. That is fantastic. Kipio says, pretty sure I got us killed once with my deflect gear. Reflect.
Looks like we came out with some ancient sword cheese at least.
Where what is?
I just mean for task items. We got some ancient sword cheese in that.
Oh, okay, good.
Let me see these gems and the ore samples you've collected. Ah, the ore return, and the survey
Handful of
was a
starlit
great
crystal.
success. Something bothers me about the goblins in Sundergrad.
I overheard some
let's skip
goblins
the quest.
talking while I was in Sundergrad. The
Well, I don't
dwarves
need any.
Ruzat, Agatur, and Nath have stumbled upon a secret meeting between Rockroom, goblin overseer of Sundergrad, and Gurbarash, the Gundabad hill troll chief.
Hey, you can always create weapons just panking.
That's true. Hard hit checking in. Hello, hard hit. Gerberash has no interest in having the goblins of Sundergrot joining them. The Secrets of Sundergrot.
I say leave the goblin to sulk in the hills.
We have
The
arrived
best
in
quest are,
Limlock.
yeah, the best quests are the ones that take you right back to town.
I don't disagree. I'm going to clear a little bit of pack space before I turn these in.
The Beornings once made safe the Riverlands. We will again.
25 jade gemstones. That's not a bad chunk of change.
Too bad it's bound. I didn't realize it was a bound starlit crystal.
Oh,
Well, I guess Gundabad will probably increase the ally cap.
yeah, I'd be surprised if it didn't. Uh-oh, Mrs. Mustafa has awakened from her nap. Now these adventure steel-bound loot boxes, you guys, this is basically how you win the game. What you want to do, whenever you get one of these, go straight to the Lotro store and buy a key to open it. All of the best stuff is inside, and it's basically just like hitting the win button. You're going to want to treasure each one of those. They're quite valuable. Ooh, I got an essence. Tactical mastery. I might be able to just crush this entire... That's just a whole bunch of nothing right there, boys. 50 cracked lances. Yeah, we'll just destroy all that.
I mean, the plus side is if you really wanted, the essences are not bound, so you could, if you have an alt, you can mail it to it.
You know what? We've got a pretty good crowd in. Let's go ahead and see if anybody gets a chance to win the new car. Might be a Matchbox, might be a Hot Wheels, but I will open my Silver Hobbit present, and if you can guess exactly what the item is, and you have to be specific like Freelancer was last week. If you think it's going to be a potion, say it's a minor potion of power. You think it's going to be a pile of scrap, say it's a massive pile of copper scrap. Whatever you think it's going to be, go ahead and put in your guesses, and if you're the second person to guess the same item, then pick something else. It's going to be whoever guesses it first. Ginger's in with basic power potion. I'll give you guys about 15 seconds to get your guesses in here. Fishbone says Daleman's Crams. Gipio's guessing Tome of Defense. Zinger says Run Speed Boost. A week of visiting Big Ed in person, 6 feet away with the mask, of course. If I were Infectious Ski, you'd want to catch what I have. I'm amazing. You would not be sorry. Edith Eldor is guessing ingredient packs. Of course, virtue points don't count. We know I'm going to get that. Give you guys about 10 more seconds. Hard Hit usually guesses virtue points, so I always like to get that thrown out there ahead of time. Gipio says Freelancer won the first car ever. Yeah, he still hasn't given me any shipping information, so I will make good on that promise should he ever bother to give me a mailing address. Okay, we'll close the guessing in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Everybody's got your guesses in? Alright, without further ado, let's see what the Hobbits have in store for me here. The winning item is Combat Run Speed Boost. Zinger didn't say whether it was combat or out of combat.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said the combat one anyways. I was thinking the other one.
I can send you a car, Zinger. Zinger's gone out of his way to make sure I don't have any private information on him either, though. The people who know me best try to keep me at arm's length, so I can appreciate that. So Zinger is not protesting that. It was a combat run speed boost, not a non-combat run speed
I'd want to
boost.
win it fairly. That wouldn't be fair.
You were pretty close. But run speed boosts, regular run speed boosts, which is what he said, not combat run speed boost, are also a Hobbit present. And he is declaring that he waives his right to the free car. So Freelancer remains alone as the only person ever to guess correctly. You're a gentleman and a scholar, Singer.
I actually forgot about the combat ones. I think even if I do get those, I trash them like right away, because they're almost completely useless.
Yes.
They last for like 10 seconds, and yeah.
They are kind of a good O-poop maneuver for somebody who doesn't have a flop otherwise. Like if you have a guardian who actually needs to cut and run. That would at least be an option to try.
I am glad that we stopped those goblins from joining forces with Gundabad.
I hope our paths cross once more, my friend. Thank you for your assistance on our survey mission.
And when I right click on my Antfilus Starlit Crystal, I can't use it on anything. This is also the case with my Heritage Ruins. And my Antfilus Scroll of Empowerment. Oh, that doesn't count. A reshaped heavy bridle of the first age? I thought that wouldn't take anymore. Okay, we'll use the scroll. War Steed Evade. All of my imbued legendary stuff is completely maxed out. 2 swords and a champion's rune. And I know you're sitting out there thinking, Ed, that was such a wasteful thing to use that scroll on. But it gave me an open pack space, so it was totally worth it.
Plus, with like 2 days of the Harvest Math Fest, you can get another one. I've got some extra task items you can have.
Feel like that would be cheating, but okay. Cleavebeard says, one of the guys that work for me just got an ankle bracelet of containment. I only have 1 slot available. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the one that's on cooldown. I combined those with my other pile, so I actually have 1 more slot available again. That dog will hunt, thank you.
And I've got 6 blackened branches. I don't know if I'm even ever going to be able to find 10, so we'll probably just toss them.
I have 5.
Oh, okay, well,
It's enough
if you
for
have
a
a spot, I
turn.
can give this to you.
What did we even get those from? The wood trolls?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, now we're at 8 of 10 on wings, so I will cancel that.
Yeah, I'm already an ally for this faction, so with Queston, I don't think I need to worry about tasks as much.
Not too worried about it. I'm just trying to get my 10 tasks done so I can get my crafting thing.
Yeah, because you craft a lot here.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Crafting is super useful at later levels.
Super useful.
Oh, we're on the official. Yes, it's very good.
Yeah, I have a bunch of underlings I still craft for here on the server. If we ever dust off my minstrel, she'll probably need some stuff crafted.
I don't know if I've ever. I don't remember if I've ever even used one of those buffs you get, the optional crafting thingy.
Oh, I've been using them on Evernight quite a bit. Trying to make sure everybody's got maxed out jewelry. I just wish I could find some recipes that were worth a flying hoot for Supreme
And
Jeweler.
they don't make the output item bound to account, right? It's
No, that's correct.
still okay. Cool. I think I'm thinking of the things that you can actually use to craft.
The ingredient packs, yeah.
Yeah, optional ingredient packs, not the optional whatever it's called.
The optional ingredient packs I use if I'm making stuff for me, and then I use scrolls and journals and the task item rewards for making jewelry for everybody else. That makes any sense.
Actually, I can see those universal optional crafting thing useful for some of them is ethel crafting that you use those like special ingredients for because you don't want to waste those and you want to make sure you get a good output.
I need about 54 seconds to turn in my 10th task item.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can forget about it until next week.
Ooh, I've got 22 jade gemstones. Didn't notice that.
Ancient sword sheaths for the win. Boom, baby. Task items complete. You have acquired a universal optional crafting ingredient. And I've got 2 pack spaces open, so we are ready to roll. Alright, now we need to go to Thorvcrest.
Yep, looks like we're heading to the next town.
We ride.
I guess I've only done Sundagrat one other time, but it was quite a pain because everything respawns quickly. If you don't get all the items, you have to like keep on backtracking around, and it's generally not
Going
a fun
through that
place.
solo would have been a bit of a challenge. You are not wrong. If you're going there, bring a friend. We'll avoid the bats now because I don't need any more sinister wings tonight. I got stuck on a rock with a bush on top of it, By the time I got out of it, I couldn't see where you were at anymore, so I had to wander my way back.
What they still in. Okay, where's the road? I'm not looking. Oh, there's a road.
Yeah, it's that kind of steering control that sent Gore right over the ledge in Grand Stairs.
Think you could ride a heavy worsted in the Grand Stairs?
Maybe not at full speed for very often. Well, yeah, I've kind of gotten used to heavy worsteds over the years.
I bet you medium worsted, but they're cheap up in the got.
Yep. I think Severland said they might be actually looking at a way to opt out of mounted combat in Rohan. I got knocked off. I don't even
really?
know by what. Because they're going to be adding Rohan to the Epic servers. Or Legendary servers. I can't remember what they're called. Are they the Epic or the Legendary servers?
I mean, technically, you can, personally just opt out of it by never picking up the quest. No, it's never required. It kind of makes traversing Rohan a pain, but because of the wide open plains. But
yeah. And Western Rohan.
Yeah, and pretty much any mounted foe you face is going to do much more damage to you, but it's...
Yeah, once you leave Rohan, though, it really doesn't much come into play ever again. Uh-oh, where'd Zinger go? I'm at the camp. There's a Woodavonk on me. Stable master.
I might be a minute.
Okay.
But maybe I was over Brandon the whole time. I just kind of respawned and I'm inside the
It is
town.
very kind of Starving
Okay.
to let us stay at his encampment and continue my research in Mist Hollow.
Fangland is here. Ooh, a task board. We have a mailbox? We do. Okay. It's a lovely little camp. They have fruit trees here. And the heads of orcs on pikes. Very homey feeling.
2 quests, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I need to
Scout.
greet the eagle with a bow. Sorry. And then go kill some orcs. Let me greet the eagle. It's my bad. England accepts my greeting.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. You have my gratitude and my respect.
I got to pick up like all like 50 quests you have inside the Grand Stairs last week.
Yep.
Enough idle
That's always
chatter.
like when you're able to do it. It's like, you know, you turn it and you get like multiple levels, or you know, depending on your level. I know some people like to pop a like XP tome and everything, and just, you know.
Oh
Go
yeah,
crazy.
soak it all in, sure. Alright, scouting and killing orcs is what we're doing. I will set the scouting points as our quest guide. Do we want to ride or run?
We can probably run if we want, in case we find any orcs on the way.
There's
there's
another
more.
quest to pick up.
Yeah, we might as well just stay on foot.
Culling the Hunters.
So that's the saber. That's
Here's a fun story you may not have heard. Apparently, it's believed that minxes can carry the COVID-19 virus. And apparently, all over Europe, they have been killing off minx populations on minx farms. I mean, eradicating like hundreds of thousands of the creatures.
I saw an article that was talking about, was like in Norway, like they were talking about just killing every single one. But I thought they they turned it over, but it seemed pretty crazy.
Yep.
That's
But they were finding these clusters of people testing positive on minx farms.
Well, if anything, they could maybe they can test the ones they kill. If they're fine, they can turn them into masks. Is that
Maybe.
awkward?
Be warm and luxurious. Edith Eldora says, it looks like you could stack a couple of your blue gems. Can't remember what they're called. Let's look and see. Blue gems. Ithelharns. Got Ithelharns and pure Ithelharns, and 500 Ithelharns, and 10 Ithelharn shards, and 3 Duero gleams. I polished all of my Duero gleams, so I need to go back and collect more Duero gleams, because I can't actually use the polished ones for crafting. We have to fish this. This is just one of those spots. This is why I always have a fishing rod.
I'll try to hold off on my bloodlust.
Thank you. And I have locked my toolbar ever since I accidentally poured it out in the middle of the rift. I'm sure I have. Oh, no, I can change it. Good. See what we catch. First cast. Golden mullet.
Nice actual things again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not a Mordor anymore.
Yeah, Sauron didn't manage to turn this region into New Jersey, so there's still fish living here.
Hey, I understand that reference. Although the few parts I've been to in Jersey are just fine.
Dirty Skull. Nope, there are a lot of nice parts of New Jersey. It is the Garden State, after all.
You mean the hit Natalie Portman movie?
Mm-hmm.
Her and Zach Braff.
Mm-hmm.
That movie.
Driftwood. Oddly enough, I only have one fish so far. And a moose. Rusty axe. 3 out of my 4 casts have not been fish. That's interesting.
Yeah, you can keep on fishing. It looks like I might have actually lost connection this time.
Okay. There's a fish. I caught a bleak. It's one of the new Lake Town fish. Although I don't know if bleak is an actual species of fish.
No, it's a real fish. The common bleak is a small freshwater coarse fish of the cyprinid family.
Okay. Thank you for looking. I was about to consult Cortana. Where are they found?
I don't have a good answer. Found in rivers and lakes of England and Europe.
There you go. Zinger has gone offline, and I caught a sprat.
Whales are used in Eastern Europe for the manufacture of artificial pearls.
Who knew? Rusty axe again? And a tilapia. Surprised Mrs. Mustafa didn't wake up when I said that. For some reason, she loves tilapia.
Nice.
Not the way she cooks it. It's not good. Alright. Well, I got a golden mullet to add to my collection. Your disconnect was well timed. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's been about 2 hours. I'm wondering if I'm not sure if it's timing or just random, or once again it was about once every 2 hours.
You see another eagle. Guess we should bow to the eagle. The eagle stares at you inquisitively.
Have you discovered something?
Gather stones. The stones and the eagles. This is quite the star-studded quest. I know I've mentioned it before, but if anybody out there is a fan of the Rolling Stones, they have just been releasing some phenomenal content on YouTube. They have their own YouTube channel and they put up promotional videos. They've been putting out fairly lengthy concert videos. I just got done watching Keith Richards and the Expensive Winos live at the Hollywood Palladium. Wonderful concert. Keith's solo stuff is really good, and they cover some Stones songs, both sung by Keith. And they did Time Is On My Side with Sarah Dash on lead vocals. That was quite a hoot. But yeah, just really, really good stuff. They've been putting up some unreleased tracks. They've got a lot of documentaries out there. If you're a fan of the band at all, well worth checking out. Just a lot of good stuff. I get kind of lost because if I start looking at that stuff, I can spend all day chillaxing and just sitting there listening to Stones tunes. I'm taking a lot of damage. Do the Avax have acid damage or poison?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Must be something. But if you're not a fan of the Stones, that is not a personal judgment. That is a problem with your taste in music, and you should get professional help because they are going away by a mile. The world's greatest rock band ever. It's undisputable. Ed's hierarchy of rock bands, there's the Stones, which is the pinnacle. There's nobody better. They're way up here. You've got the Beatles, who were great, but they're way down here. Then the next notch down, you've got Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Bob Dylan, and The Who, and then everybody else below that tier. So, yeah, if you're not listening to the Stones, you're not doing it right. So go get acquainted with the world's greatest rock band, please.
Stones were pretty much the Miley Cyrus of the 1960s, correct?
Exactly. That is as good of a comparison as you could possibly make. Don't mock Miley Cyrus. The very first time I ever got a 6-kill round on Apex Legends, some smart aleck had requested a party in the USA in song requests in my chat. And I joked at the time I thought the music was making me more bloodthirsty. And sure enough, I got a 6-kill round for the first time ever. If you need to just go on an enraged killing spree, Miley Cyrus is what you want for your soundtrack.
Music was legal. I mean, it wasn't legal then, but they didn't back when they didn't care about it.
Well, I don't know how you're supposed to sell music and get people excited about the product you own the rights to if they don't get to hear it. It's a little baffling to me. But what do I know? I'm not a dumbass record executive. But yeah, it's you're sitting out there thinking, what's so great about the Rolling Stones? Then please get professional counseling immediately. Something
We're still
very,
looking
very
for
wrong with you.
stones. It might be further up on the hill.
Okay. You are probably right.
And if we see Hunter, any links on the way?
Chromite says, but he does do Britney Spears covers. Hello, Chromite. And Ski says, I could argue that with you, though, with Springsteen equaling world's greatest. Ain't nothing wrong with Bruce Springsteen. I would not mark him very far down that list. In fact, it's a bit of a shame. I think he's put out a couple of terrific albums recently, and I haven't even heard him on the radio. Is there a camp down here? What's that fire? We got a camp and a tent and nobody here?
I don't know where you are, so.
Oh, okay.
No.
But I was playing some tracks off of Western Stars, which were roundly overlooked, which was a shame. I really liked some of the music. Had kind of a country rock feel, which is a little bit different for the boss. But oddly enough, Mrs. Mustafa saw Bruce Springsteen in concert and said she didn't care for it. It's like, wow. But I don't think Bruce Springsteen would even argue that Bruce Springsteen is greater than the Rolling Stones.
I think the last concert I saw was Simon and Garfunkel on their Old Friends tour.
Yeah, my dad was a huge Simon and Garfunkel fan, and I certainly appreciate the music. I've got greatest hits, and I've got. I'm still missing a couple of Stones. I think I need one. By happenstance, they came through Omaha, and it was right around Father's Day, and I got a chance to surprise my dad with tickets to Simon and Garfunkel for Father's Day one year, and he was just thrilled. So that was nice to be able to treat Dad to something.
My mom was a huge fan, so we went together.
Great, that is awesome.
I mean, that years and years ago. Any look on the stone?
Yeah, I got the last one. Just trying to double back to the eagle here. The eagle is gone. Looks like we're headed back to town. Born to Run always added about 20 miles per hour when I am driving and it comes on. Yeah, there's nothing I love better than cranking up Jungle Land and singing it in the car when I'm alone. Tonight in Jungle Land. And after hearing that, you now know why I prefer to do it when I'm alone in the car. But yeah, I've got Greetings from Ashbury Park and Born to Run.
I am sure that Skarding is pleased with our efforts. I have been thinking about some moments in the history of the Ithuda that intrigue me.
Be careful, friend. We are not alone here.
I have found
Find a suitable hill to scout Lumrog.
I saw the brutes return to Lumrog.
And the other quest was find evidence of that one thing that still exists. They're long shows, 3 hours minimum with no break. Yeah, I think when he was here it was 4.5 hours. Yeah, live music is one of the many things I miss. Although, that having been said, the way the price of concerts has gone up, it's kind of gotten stupid. Who was it I wanted to go see? Joe Bonamassa. He's a blues guitarist. Pretty good, not a household name. I mean, better than pretty good. He's a good blues guitarist. His music's a little self-indulgent, might be a good way to describe it. But I like it. It's good listenable stuff. And I heard he was coming to town. I was like, you know, I haven't been to a concert in a while. It might be just sort of fun to get out, listen to something a little bit different. And, you know, it's Joe Bonamassa. It's not like I'm looking to go see, you know, Aerosmith or something. How much could tickets possibly be? Holy cow, they wanted like $140 a seat for Joe Bonamassa. And it's like, I'd have to ask 100 of my friends before I ran into one other person who knew who Joe Bonamassa was. So it was like, I'd love to go see your show. If they were $40, $50 tickets, sure. If they were 60 or 70, maybe. Because, you know, I can't go anywhere without the wife wanting to tag along just to make sure I stay out of trouble. So it's like, yeah, 140 a ticket, I was out. That wasn't going to happen. Not for Joe Bonamassa. The prints just disappear. Thanks, Resolve Carpet Cleaner. Now we find a hill to scout Lumrog.
Looks like town's closer. Just gonna go back there.
There's a wood of Ankh that smells horseflesh, Singer. He's on your 6.
Do not worry that we have returned empty-handed.
Okay, we shouldn't worry that we returned empty-handed.
Yep.
So Chromite says, you may think the Stones are the greatest ever, but I doubt they could hold a candle to B. Arthur singing in the shower. Ski says, why I hate when artists lip sync. If Springsteen can sing 4 hours plus, these so-called stars can get up there without doing karaoke of their own hits. Exactly. Somebody gave my wife free tickets to what's the stupid Christmas show? Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And we went, and I was a good sport about it, and the outline of the mirror fades into the mist. The show was fine, there wasn't anything wrong with it, but we got done with it, and I just turned around, and you know, we were walking to the car, and my wife was like, wasn't that great? I'm like, there wasn't a single minute of live music in that whole show. Everything was taped, everything was dubbed. It was basically a bunch of people just lip syncing along to a soundtrack. And I said, from a marketing standpoint, it's brilliant. You could have a half a dozen different touring groups that were in a half a dozen different cities all on the same night, all being the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and all you'd need would be 6 copies of the same tape. And who the hell would know or care? So, yeah, live performance is something that's unfortunately getting lost. I mean, when music is simply a product to be packaged and marketed to the masses, it's usually quite forgettable and not very good. So I think that's one of the things that's making the Stones so antsy. Just they're used to touring, they're used to being in touch with their fans, they like being out on the road. And I think with, you know, big rock shows being verboten and everybody being, you know, camped out. They're just bored. They're sitting around and they're you know, going through old tapes and they're going through old concert footage, and yeah, let's go ahead and release it. Let's get something out to the fans. And they're digging out some stuff from the vault, and it's been nice to see. I also heard, Chromite, that Barney Rubble was pretty good at singing in the shower, so maybe he should do some duets with... Find another hill nearby. So the eagle is back. Barney Rubble and B. Arthur could sing in the shower together. Love him to hear, you know, Muskrat Love. I Got You, Babe.
Sing just as well as Sunny.
Yeah. You do some Fleetwood Mac covers. You do not have a good view of Lumrog, but you do have a plan. Which is watch Zinger kill everything. What's our plan?
Gather wood.
Gather wood for a fire. Hi, Mr. Badger. The music's nice. Sounds a lot better than me singing Jungle Land, I know that. Well, I've got some trolls up here. Don't we need to kill a couple?
Yeah, I was just putting those off. I mean, we can kill them if we want. I would just put them off because I think it's some distance to that camp anyways after we do the fire.
Well, they're here. I don't see any reason to not kill them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Plus, they could have been standing on some wood. Oh, this is like a whole little trail that leads into Troll Camp or something?
I think so.
Okay, I think I'm one piece of wood short.
Like I said, after we do the fire, I think it sends us that way. We'll see the rest of that camp.
Okay. Well, I can put it off. I just got excited because it's like, ooh, trolls. Let's kill some. Here's some
Get
wood.
started as well.
Okay, I should be good on wood now. 8 of 8.
So I guess it is a separate deed to kill trolls and wood trolls, because that one started a new deed.
Okay, we going over to that hilltop to build a fire now?
Hmm.
Good place to build a fire. Talk to him about the fire. Yep. Hi, Pookie. Did you want to say hi to Zinger? Mrs. Mustafa mumbled hi. She's still a little groggy.
I know a
She's
thing
gonna
or
have
two
a
about.
slug of Coke Zero, even though she doesn't like Coke Zero. Zinger says hello, by the way. Ski says hello, Ms. M.
Hello.
She says hello back, Ski.
She can get back to sleep so she can wake up nice and early tomorrow to wake you up.
And torture her husband. That's how she rolls. It's Saturday morning. Ed probably wants to sleep in. I should open the blinds and start vacuuming at 7:30 a.m.
What size bird do you usually guys get for Thanksgiving?
We usually do a turkey, usually we have this discussion, and I pick on Mrs. Mustafa, but usually everything I say is the complete truth. She'll complain that I get too big of a bird, and then like 3 days after Thanksgiving, I'll go to make a sandwich, and all the turkey will be gone. So a 10 or 12 pound bird minimum, and if I can find a 14 or 15 pounder, better yet. You can't have too much Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah. There's plenty you can do with leftovers.
You can make turkey soup, you can make sandwiches, you can do a lot.
Yeah, we'll make some like turkey tetrazzini later on toward the end of it.
The encampment is very well guarded. Ginger said hello, Pookie. If we had a couple of sentinels or triple takes, we could wipe out most of that camp from up here.
You made it pretty well without making an Apex reference, so I'll give you that.
Well, I did congratulate Gipio on his back-to-back championships on Monday earlier, so. I'm trying to not think about it, but...
We'll go back to town. I think he sends us right back out here. And we'll kill the rest of the trolls.
Okay.
I mean, if they're like right here, we can kill them. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, we're already at 4 of 6. I think we can pick off a couple more.
Or maybe they all are ought to be stood.
I'll save you, Zinger. There's a hobgoblin. I wonder if we'll ever get bugbears and gnolls. Butcher of Lumrog. Alright, we're ready to go back to town as far as I can tell.
Yeah, looks like it.
There's a corpse over there, but there is a defiler standing next to it, so I don't really want to notice what's going on.
Oh my.
That just sounds like a bad combination. Nope, we can kill some more trolls before we leave.
Like Harlock all over again.
Yep. I think we almost had some troll launching in the Grand Stairs on Wednesday, too. We invited Ginger to join us, but she was like, no, you guys aren't cool enough for me.
What?
I'm just teasing Ginger. She was kind enough to hang out with us, but wasn't feeling up to actually joining the fun. Although we probably aren't cool enough to hang out with Ginger, but I thought I'd ask her anyway.
Ah, is your troll hunting a success? I just recalled an old children's song, which I believe mentions a hobbit.
You played a good trick on Eggrady.
Collect
Now
carcasses from worms
The
or
time
Avant.
has come to attack the Gundabad blockade.
So we do get to check out some corpses.
Fantastic. We haven't had any shortage of Avant, that's for sure. One. There's three. Place the carcasses near the camp.
Looks like we also have a quest that goes back this way, I think.
Okay.
Or, blah, 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 blah.
Pointed this way. Ooh, a bat. Hi, Mr. Bat. Ooh, another bat. Yep. Come on, Heavy War Steve. There we go. So where we going?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a bridge up here. Okay. If I hadn't been turning around aimlessly, I don't think I would have seen this thing. Oh, Heavy War Steve. We'll try that again. Edith Aldora says lots of marshmallow fireflies. Man, they just like picking on my poor war steed.
So watch out. You might want to clear your debuffs.
I had plenty of them. Still do, it looks like.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that champion's clear is not overly useful.
What's that, like a 15-second cooldown with the legacy or something?
Yeah, I'm looking. Lasts
think it
for
just
12 seconds.
It clears one debuff, right?
Yeah, cooldown remaining. Yeah, I'll pop it and I'll see what it says. About a 15-second cooldown.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I thought I recalled there being like a legacy, and you know, I think most people want that legacy because it's pretty important to have a good because it's like 45-second otherwise, and that's not very good.
More wood trolls.
Hooray!
I'll save you, Zinger. Completed. Who would live in Grazad Grapor? Great question. We could just put Capita on follow. There's 3 Reavers up here. Well, shoot.
Gotta get more Jade Gemstone.
Nice. Nick Edith is onto something, and maybe we should try toasting some of these marshmallow fireflies.
Sure. Only if we can mix them with the sweet potatoes.
Seems pretty natural to me. Where are you off to, Zinger?
Probably back to town. That looks like that's the closest place.
Okay.
Unless I missed something.
We don't want to go do something with the Avant carcasses first?
That's up near that work camp. We'll be passing by town right here. In the wood troll thing, and then we'll head up there.
Okay.
Tower or Grim?
And
That
yeah,
was
we
not
definitely,
what I
'cause
was
I got a
hoping
bunch
to find.
more black and branches, so there's definitely word from the wood trolls before. Okay, we'll head back up to that work camp. Do you guys have any other must-haves for your Thanksgiving meal?
No, you know, and I think it was Jim asked at the beginning of the stream whether we had any big plans or not. I think we're just gonna chill at home and probably not do anything too elaborate. Mrs. M wants me to cook up a meal I can, or, you know, I'll be happy just eating sandwiches and watching football. But, we occasionally get non-traditional. But I have done the big Thanksgiving turkeys in the past. I enjoy cooking, so it's usually not an arm twist to get me to do it. But one of my tongue-in-cheek complaints, my older sister used to have us down for holidays in Kansas all the time. And I don't know what it was about green bean casserole. Green bean casserole's fine. It's not like I dislike green bean casserole, but my older sister acted like it wasn't a holiday without green bean casserole. And I was just like, why are we eating so much green bean casserole every holiday? And she was like offended. She was like, what, you don't like it? I'm like, no, it's fine. But why? It's, you know, it's like I can only eat so many green beans with cream of mushroom soup and Durkee's French fried onions on top. It's okay to make something else once in a while. We can live without green bean casserole. So. That was kind of the family joke for a while. And then Mrs. Mustafa loves green bean casserole too, so she's like, why would you say anything bad about green bean casserole? Like, we don't have to eat it for every holiday. It would be okay to skip it once in a while. That is a tough moose. I think you accidentally aggroed one with Rain of Arrows. I had to put it down. Meeting Mosebuck with Might. Place the carcasses near Lumrog. 3 of 3. So, yeah, nothing against green bean casserole, but, you know, give it a rest. That's all I'm saying. Garrett checking in. Big Ed, I need advice. Edith Aldora says, I agree with your sister. I'd rather have green bean casserole than turkey. Garrett, ask for advice and you shall receive it. What do you need to know, my friend?
Alright, let's head back to town. I think the other quest vectors us to another area.
Okay.
Mistaken?
But yeah, there's nothing about a traditional Thanksgiving menu. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, pumpkin pie, a little bread and butter. It all sounds terrific to me.
Yeah, we ended up picking up a 17-pound bird.
Nice.
Hopefully, it's by frozen, so hopefully it thaws out. Should be open coming.
When I hit 50 and start getting LIs, do I need to worry about it that early or wait until 100? You should start using them right away, but don't get too freaked out about them. The term legendary is kind of a misnomer, because what they basically become is easily disposed of weapons that you quickly outlevel. So you will be leveling up and crushing a number of legendary weapons, and you get to do it on a fairly regular basis, which is fine, because what you're really going to want to be doing is building up your relic stash, so when you finally get to your level 100 weapons, you can slot the best relics on them. And it's as you level up and I'm trying. What do they? What is the technical term for destroying a legendary?
Constructing?
Deconstructing, maybe. I don't think you're wrong.
Some people just say like crushing them down.
Yeah. Basically, what you do is when you break down a weapon that you've leveled up, it gives you extra relics, and you store those extra relics so that you can combine them into higher level relics. And the whole system's a bit of a pain in the tuchus. It's a grind, but when you start doing it at level 50 and you grind, you'll have a nice collection of... I've just completely lost the plot here. I'm trying to find my way back to the camp. I'm just going to ride up the trail until it becomes apparent where I need to go.
There you go. Yeah, and the part is depending on how you like to do content, eventually, all those relics that you collected kind of don't matter as much, because you end up being able to barter for better relics. So I mean, you don't have to go crazy getting the best relics like right at level 100, but it's up to you.
Yeah, or even worry too much about getting second or first stage legendaries until your 100th level. I mean, whatever you're using, you're going to get rid of 5 levels from now anyway. So it's not that big of a deal what traits you have or what legacies are equipped or which relics you have slotted. It's just you need to build up your legendaries so that you can tear them down and collect more relics and yada yada yada.
More heritage runes, I would argue, is equally, if not maybe more important. It's getting those heritage runes. So you always want to try and be leveling up as many LIs as you can, using all your slots.
Edith Eldora says, canned cranberry sauce. I will come back to that, Edith, because that's also a funny story. But yeah, I'm totally free player. I don't want to make huge mistakes I can't fix. There's nothing you can do to your legendary items that can't be easily fixed. It's not a big deal. Don't stress about it. Just play around with them, get used to them. And in fact, I didn't really understand the imbuing process too much. And I just grabbed a third age weapon and imbued it just to see what would happen, just to make sure I was comfortable with the process. Perfectly fine to do. Once you imbue a weapon, you can't deconstruct it, however. So whatever experience or relics you put in it are kind of gone, but that's okay. And like I said, it's, you know, and Galandriel's a perfect example here, because I'm free to play also. I've got, what did I figure up? 125 million XP, stored item XP. Here's 53 Peerless Heritage Ruins, each of which contain 940,000 item XP. Here's 52 more that are 910,000. Here's 52 more with 870,000. I mean, as you go through the grind and you build up your relic collection and your item XP, it's not going to be a problem to, you know, instantly level out something else, or to get the scrolls that you need to change legacies. It's really not that complicated of a system. Basically, all you're looking to do is, if you pick a weapon, like my two-handed sword that I don't have equipped at the moment, I developed for yellow lines. So when you look down the list of legacies I've added to it, it's rend bleed damage, it's battle frenzy, it's rend armor reduction, it's area of effect skill damage. Those are all good for area of effect or yellow line champion. Then my one-handed sword I use for red line. It's got wild attack damage. It's got relentless and remorseless strike damage, feral and savage strike damage, critical damage multiplier, ferocious strikes cooldown modifier. It's designed specifically for red line. So you pick a weapon to go with the particular trait tree, and you just pick legacies for that item that match the trait tree. So I've got a red and a yellow weapon because I run red and yellow trait lines. I don't have a blue weapon because I don't have blue unlocked. As much as I'd love to have all three trait trees for 100 mithril coin, I wish it was a little less expensive. I know Chromite has some characters where he's actually got 6 different trait lines unlocked, so he can have different hybrid setups and very particular trait lines treat out, which I think is fascinating. Not something I do. Why am I looking at this and it doesn't show my keystone skills is taken? That's very strange. But both of my trait trees are basically... Oh, I did switch yellow. Yellow is yellow with blue, and red is red with yellow. Chromite says it's more for rating and stuff. There you go. And your first stage weapons are still crafted by players, correct? Mine... I don't know. That's a good question. Who crafted my weapons? It looks like my two-handed sword was player crafted. My one-handed sword was not. And one of the easiest ways to be guaranteed to get first age 100th level weapons is to just go roving threat hunting. I like hunting roving threats anyway. I think it's kind of a fun way to spend time in game. And those gift givers brands can be exchanged for first stage weapons. Now my jeweler's or my champion's symbol, I think I have to pull that up on my person here. Galandriel is actually a jeweler. She was able to craft this herself. So her Ancient Rune of the Tenacious Champion is something that she herself crafted as a jeweler, and then I leveled up and imbued. But you can see that she's got legacies on that complement both red line and yellow line, because she only has one symbol but two swords. So Fury of Blades damage, Merciful Strike damage, Raging Blade damage, Devastating Strike damage, Champion's Horn stun, Bracing Attack heal bonus. So most of those work with both trait lines. But yeah, if you get a blemished symbol of the Elder King, you can craft first stage weapons. Not the easiest thing to do solo necessarily, although I think they added some landscape quests that actually reward you with them now. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Zinger, but I think there's a few quests around 100th level that you get that as a quest reward. So you can craft yours from a blemished symbol of the Elder King, or you can just do roving threats and collect gift givers brands to just get first stage 100th level weapons. And like I was on my 122nd level hunter, this probably would have been last Saturday. But when the person I play with wrapped up and called it a night early, just for something different to do, I went out and hunted all of the roving threats in the Misty Mountains and in Angmar by myself, and I was able to solo all 10 of those roving threats with just my hunter. It wasn't a big deal. I think there was one of them that put up a pretty decent fight, but I was able to prevail. And you get bunches of gift giver brands. 50 of them can be turned in to get a first stage weapon. And my hunter crafted her own crossbow, and I think she used gift giver brands to get her sword. So she's got a first stage 100th level imbued hunter sword, aka buff stick. But you know, you're going to carry a sword, you may as well get an imbued first stager, right? So yeah, Edith says there's a deed, I think. I have all the crafting professions, wanted to make sure I was correct. Yeah, you can craft them, and that's a good way to do it, but you don't have to craft them. There are other ways to get them. So
yeah, the non-weapons have to be crafted. You can't get those from by doing rubbing threats.
Correct. Yeah, I did mention it was weapons only with that.
Okay, sure.
So nothing wrong with re-emphasizing it, though. Where the hell are we going? Did you get DC'd again? Okay. I'll just wait here. So, yeah, don't sweat it. It's not that big of a deal. There's nothing you can do to screw up a legendary weapon that can't be unfixed or, yeah, repaired. And I think people, you know, kind of stress about it because they're just not familiar with the process. It's really nothing to get all sweaty about.
And between 50 and 100, like, unless you're like in a rating progression group or whatever and need the best allies, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, just take whatever legacies you get out of the, you know, team you get to pick and just roll with those. Once you get to 100, then you can worry about, you know, exactly which legacies you want to add.
Chromite says it can sometimes be costly to try and repair or fix a poorly thought out imbued weapon. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you don't want to make a bunch of mistakes, but I think by the time you get to 100th level and you're working on first stagers, you'll have a pretty good command of the legendary items system. It's not, you'll have gone through enough weapons by then that the process won't seem quite so foreign. You don't want to be off completely. Edith says the biggest pain is getting scrolls and crystals. That's just because it's so time consuming. Anything that's repetitively grindy like that is not usually very fun. I have complained loudly and often about being trapped in the cisterns of Minas Tirith. As I mentioned, and I know I'm not an edge case. I know there's people with a lot more legendary items than I have, but maxing out all 3 of mine was not a fun use of my game time. It's a lot of scrolls that went into those 3 items. Chromite says the problem is with imbued allies, new people don't always understand that some legacies will outright change into something completely different when imbued. So you gotta do your research. Yeah, you'll want to read up on it with the wiki and stuff. A little research should go a long way. Although I know in the fact with my hunter, one of the reasons for crossbows so good now is Chromite helped me, so that's all you need to know. Just dial 1-800-Chromite when you're ready to imbue your legacies, and hopefully anybody will answer the phone. Chromite says, I don't know about that. Keep talking about an LI system overhaul, but still no clue of what that means. They don't know what that means either. I mentioned earlier the Q&A that Cordovan had with... oh man, I'm getting tired. What's his name?
Severlin?
Severlin, thank you. I've said it about 20 times tonight, and then it wouldn't come to me. Severlin, and the topic came up. One of the things that they found, because they want to make changes to the legendary item system to streamline it and make it I don't know, more user-friendly, more efficient, what the right adjective is. But they have gone in and looked at the code, and it's just really complicated. And changing it is not going to be a simple thing. So they're wanting to change it and they're being able to change it are two different things. We need to blow the horn. Gerberash appears. Well, hello, Gerberash. Oh, that's funny. I forgot to put myself back in Redline Trade Tree. That's alright. Didn't seem to make much of a difference. Who knows, you might have old outdated legacies for when blue was the thing. Actually, my crossbow predates Blue Line Hunter getting buffed, and I've never run Blue Line Hunter, so I'd be happy to show you my legacies sometime, but I'm relatively comfortable. My Hunter's not in too bad a shape. Also, to be perfectly frank, I'm not narrating kin. I don't usually sweat the details that much. I love Lotro, but I'm pretty casual with my play style.
My blue line was the thing. Isn't it still the thing?
Yeah, as far as you know.
Down.
Are you guys at 130 using weapons you spent time on at 100? Yeah, as the level cap goes up, so does the maximum view level of the weapons. They've made sure to evolve the max level imbued weapons over time, which is a little bit of a sore spot with the players, because you get your weapons finished to where they're maxed. You can't put any more item XP in them. You can't put any more Anphilis Scrolls of Empowerment. You can't put any more Anphilis Starlit Crystals in them. You can't use another Anphilis Crystal of Remembrance on it. And you should be done. You should never have to touch the sword again. And then they raise the level cap, and you have to go out and get more scrolls and crystals again. You don't have to, but you kind of have to. It's not a big deal once you've maxed a weapon out for the first time, but getting a weapon maxed out for the first time is a big hill to climb. So when you have to go back and retouch it and retouch it and retouch it,
Gurbarash, freeze for the hills.
it usually doesn't make for happy players. This is why they're interested in changing things, but finding it a bit of a challenge. Mary Rose checking in. Hello, Mary Rose.
Victory.
We've made it a little better with the scrolls that you can use to catch up to a certain level.
There is a time to run wild.
Sorry, what'd you say, Singer?
We've made it a little better with those scrolls that you can use to catch up to like a certain tier for both Starlets and Empowerment Scrolls, but it doesn't take you all the way. And those are the ones that you can spend motes and embers on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any experience with those myself. Moonlit Essence of Finesse. Oh, okay. I just equipped an essence. Ah, Galandriel, you finally decided to join us.
I have heard from Skarden of your deeds in Misthal.
We need to run wild. Born free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows.
There goes the VOD.
Yeah, I'm so far off key, there's no way the algorithm could recognize that song. My alts just make do. My main maxes hers out, but only she is privileged. Yeah, it makes multiple endgame characters not very fun.
It appears that we must part ways now. May we meet again in better
We must
days.
part ways now. What we got?
Festivals have made it a little better on the Starlit side. So.
Oh, looks like I need to see a vendor. And we don't have a vendor. But we have a mailbox.
This guy right here is a vendor.
Oh, the scholar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's handy. I need you to buy some crap.
It appears that we must part ways now. May we meet again in better days.
So the Onyx scale task items are good for the next area, the Elder Slades, apparently.
Okay.
Know that.
Chromite says I have 14 characters spread across 6 servers with multiple allies each. It gets a bit involved. Yes, it does. Chromite's approach is much less casual than mine, so I appreciated his help getting my hunter straightened out back in the day. I had her pretty messed up at the time. I don't know if Chromite even remembers that. Deed complete. Okay then. Alright. Looks like we were headed off to someplace else now.
No, looks like it.
The most important thing about legendary items, though, and Chromite will tell you this, just make sure you maintain your aspect ratio.
I don't totally know how to get to the next place, so I'm just gonna ride straight at it.
Alright. And I got dehorsed. I still get a lot of comments in game about, from that video, people sending me tells or mails about it because it helped them watching that. Yeah, I think he did the same thing with All Up too, and I remember that got a bunch of views. Chromite's extremely helpful and very patient. Probably more patient than we deserve him to be. Oh, not with Yellow Line. Did Zinger jump or get disconnected, I wonder?
I went down. I mean, I didn't jump. I just worked my way down the cliff.
Okay. Little parkour.
Never hurt someone except for your ankles.
Fair enough. There we go. Now my keystone skills are visible. And I quit bleeding enough, I think I can get my worst deed back out finally. So that's a good thing. Here we go. Oh, if you can't get that bleed off of you, it's just gonna keep killing the horse, I think. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. It's you have some other kind of debuff on you, not a bleed, so you should be fine.
Okay.
It's like an induction bleed, so and champs are like, "What's an induction?"
Exactly. Yep. Dang it, come on. This mountain pass looks rather treacherous. England ahead?
Let us leave this
Continue
dreadful
exploring.
place at once.
I'll just ride my goat. Nice. Singer and I have characters at 115 on Crick Hollow. You can take us raiding with you.
We have lingered here too long.
We've lingered here too long. Okay, things are getting serious, Singer. I'm out of pretzels and I'm getting low on Coke Zero.
And I think we're about to head into some treacherous times ahead.
I think Gollum may have thrown away the last of the Lembas.
May fortune favor you, friend.
I won't be at 115 for too long. Once I reach this level, I kind of zoom up fast to open up endgame dailies. Because that's the real fun. Path opens up to a valley with bridges and houses. How can this be? It's a whole valley filled with boogans from Enidwaith. This looks very fishable.
The eyes of an eagle are
And
sharper
the history
than
of
his
the
beak.
Rohirrim with Leothrid. Okay. And search Lindelby for the whatever that word is. Village is not too far from here. The farmhouse looks deserted. This is a place of history. It was said that Lothar, Thudric's young grandson, befriended one of these elusive people, dwelling in their company for a time. This must be the original home of the Koreans of Yankton, South Dakota. Oh, Holbeatlan is the Rohirric word for hobbits. Okay. You're Holmesinger. There are plenty of fresh vegetables in the market, but no one is selling them. They could be vampiric hobbits like you, and they only come out of their coffins at night. The chimneys are lit, but the doors look securely locked. Became accustomed among the to leave out shoes and cloaks in the hopes the little folk would mend them.
Not much more is known about the Aithuda in the whole Beatlan.
Thank you for that, Edith. Or halflings, I guess. Holbitlan. There are more dwellings at the top of the hill. Love the music. This could be the home of the village's leader.
No.
Madelgard Tuka.
I am Grandmother Modelgard Tuka.
Defeat snooping goblins. Well, now we've got halfling guards out. We're on the wrong side?
No, we just said to go to the left here.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a drop.
You sent those goblins running? Well, to be honest, I did not expect you to help us at all.
Eldrick Tuka wishes to meet you. Okay. Where would we find him, I wonder?
A fool. Okay.
I do not have enough room to do that. Mailbox in town?
I don't know.
I would be surprised.
I know some things like the stable master, like I don't know if you can really use until you complete a quest, so things might phase in, just like the guards did.
Yeah, I must just not have it unlocked yet.
Yes, there's a mailbox over kind of where I am, if you see my dot.
I'm on my way.
A couple other services too.
Oh, goody.
Or maybe just the mailbox. I think some of the others will phase in later on.
Yeah, looks like it.
I'll light one up for Nick.
I appreciate it.
And I think farmers can pick up the recipes for these pipeweeds as part of the recipe of this area.
Kelowna checking in. Hello there. On which server are you playing? We are on Arkenstone tonight, Kelowna. I don't think I got a chance to thank you for the follow the other night, or if I did, welcome back anyway. Good to see you again.
I'm kind of surprised they don't have a deed for pipeweed like they do a couple of the hidden deeds for food. Or maybe they do have a hidden deed for pipeweed.
Maybe you're about to unlock it and you'll be the first to discover it. You'll be world famous.
You could get the title Arkenstone.
Yeah. Or SKDX Killer of Middle Earth.
Did you have a favorite? Yes, it is hard to decide.
We've got another one to meet down here.
And I gotta be that baby.
Pick apples.
Welcome to the North Cotton Farms.
Yeah, pretty much. Either this grove of trees is irradiated, or this is where we come to pick apples. One. Two. Ginger says, good night all. I'm heading to bed. Have fun. Ginger, have a good evening. Get plenty of rest. And hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out some this weekend.
Enjoy.
Ten apples. 10 of the best apples. How do you like them apples?
I'll make you wicked smart.
Did I go to the wrong hobbit? Oh, deliver
You
the
have
apples to the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
There's an apple tub.
I think I remember someone mentioning it, like with this tub, like sometimes they've had like things of that look like it's just like, you know, one single image, you know, just a flat image posted on, but these actually have like some texture to it, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Nice.
It was very nice of you to pick all those ripe apples for me.
Filahad Tuka wishes to meet you.
I feel like each hobbit should be giving us like gift mathams or something.
Yeah. Where's my matham? Okay. I guess we can take this quest. I think we've pretty much run its course tonight, Zinger. We've been at this about 3.5 hours. And I think Ginger might be onto something. I think it might be a good time to call it. Let's see who we can go say hi to. It could just be because the Coke Zero ran out. But yeah, I'm just starting to feel the time a little bit here. The Green-Eyed Goddess is on. Polycarp 86 is on. We'll go raid Green-Eyed Goddess, but feel free to pop by Polycarp 86's channel too. I've raided both of them before, both great folks. We love to support our fellow Lotro streamers. So you always want to encourage the new folks. We're glad they're here and streaming Lotro so more folks can discover the game. Thank you, Zinger, for putting up with me tonight. Thank all of you for hanging out with us and keeping chat lively. It was fun. We talked about a lot of fun, crazy things tonight. So, yeah, let's think good, positive thoughts about minxes, and hopefully they won't have to be slaughtered indiscriminately anymore. Invalid name, Thick Green-Eyed Goddess. Let's see. Oh, Thick Green-Eyed or The Green-Eyed Gamer. She changed her name. So I messed that up. Raid The Green-Eyed Gamer. There, we got it going. All right. So let's go say hi to The Green-Eyed Gamer. She's been streaming Lotro, building a following, doing pretty well. And if you haven't already followed her, throw her a follow. Feel free to say hi to Polycarp and throw Polycarp a follow. Zinger and I should be back, same bat time, same bat channel. Unless Mrs. Mustafa kills me in my sleep this week, which, there's only about a coin flip's chance of that happening. So take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next time.
I should take Oh, what? Lacho Stream is raiding with a party of 18. Welcome, Lacho Stream. I think we got Big Ed who's hosting tonight. Welcome, Raiders. Coke Zero raid, of course. How's it going, Ed?